Shut up and sit down.
I don't sit. It's
Girl,
fine.
I can't get into this because I'm like, I don't understand how you cannot hear the difference between the last grouping of recordings and the recent recordings. Welcome back to another episode of the Bias Effect podcast. It's your girl Nikki.
It's QJ.
And we're here once again on another comeback episode. November 2025 comebacks. We're here.
Yay.
Girl, you went through it this month.
I think that, to me, it seems like as the end of the year comes up, there's more like, I mean, we know there's more award shows and stuff like that, so the focus seems to be more on performances and less on new music.
Well,
that's all I'll say.
You brought up an interesting point, which I thought was worth discussing about, especially this time of year, we start to see, like, okay, how many comebacks have you done this year? Like, I can't even enjoy the last comeback because you're coming out with a new comeback. I can't really sit with the music as much sometimes. It can be a little frustrating to try to be like, oh, I'm excited for this new album, even though you just released an album 2 months ago and I feel like I haven't absorbed it or whatever.
Yeah, like, I think we'll get into it because we're gonna talk about Stray Kids again, but it was mostly about Stray Kids because this is like their third or fourth comeback from this year, and like even with this comeback, I saw that they already were like, yeah, we're not performing those songs anymore. Like, it literally just came out. Like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? So, yeah, so we got a lot. We're switching up our format this time, which I think will be a little bit of a flow. We're going to talk about the singles that came out this month first, and then we'll get into deep dive of the albums and mini albums. Yeah, so we'll start with singles. So on November 2nd, Suho from EXO came out with I'm assuming a Christmas song, Winter is Coming, which could also be a Game of Thrones spinoff. It wasn't.
Not quite that epic.
Yeah, no, definitely not that epic at all. I mean, again, a lot of these like Christmas singles or OST singles are all the same. It's like, yeah, you could sing really nice, but it's a song I've heard 7,000 times before.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish singles that came out, and like I couldn't really tell you a distinct feature of any of them, to be honest. Like, I don't really remember any of them, but like the winter one was like a softer song, and then there was also like a Dio single from EXO as well, which was also like a softer song, and I was just like, okay, like what do you want me to do with this?
So, and I looked up, they had a lot of these had music videos too, but again, even the music video, like the Suho one, was him like in a room, just sitting there, more like a performance video than a music video. But then they like added digital snow at the end. Like, okay, great,
Great.
Like, he sings well, he's got a great voice, but yeah, very basic song. And then yeah, on November 7th, Na Yoon Kwon and Dio from EXO, If It Were Me, again, very OST style song. And again, I
think it is an OST.
It is from, yeah, okay, that would make sense. Because I tried to find information on Na Yoon Kwon, and I couldn't really find too much about him. But it looks like does a lot of music for K-dramas, so.
Yeah, I only know because I think, like, the Mama Awards were also this month, and I think that song was under the OST category. But otherwise, I was like, I don't know what this is. And I think, like, I mean, we're just kind of, like, slowly maybe getting back into EXO, so, like, I'm also, like, maybe we're trying to reserve judgment a little for when I, like, do a solo peek at them as well, because, like, these 2 songs were very soft, and I was like, I don't know about all this.
Yeah.
I need the whole picture, I think.
You'll get the full picture. Yeah. And I watched the music video as well. It was, again, they were in like a field sitting on stools singing, and I think it cuts to the one guy, not Dio, like listening to this like a song on a cassette, like a
tape thing.
Yeah. I was like, okay, cool,
Great.
great, good, yeah, good for you guys. Great, I'm glad you get your bag, but it was nothing I will listen to again.
Yeah. We'll stick with EXO, but for November was not the best.
Yeah, it was fine. It's like whatever. Just like it rolls right off my back. Okay. On November 3rd, though, Fendi released a music video with Bang Chan called Roman Empire. Girl.
I think this was the only single where I was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
It's just kind of a bummer because it's not like a song. Like, you can't like listen to it on Spotify or anything. You can only watch the video, which is like, okay, I guess, but like.
But yeah, like I would like to listen to, like, yeah, I would like to put it in my playlist, but I can't because it's literally just on, and not just like YouTube, but it's on Fendi's channel. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to give. Fendi has plenty of money. Let's not.
They don't need more.
They don't need more, but my God, does he look so good in that music
I will say,
video.
like, the song itself was
Girl.
pretty mellow as well, but, like, it kind of suits him a little bit more. And, like, obviously, it's Fendi, so it's, like, fashion-based, so he looked incredible in the video. Like, he was wearing, like, the leopard print trench coat at one point. That one was my favorite.
Yeah, the way they cut that, too, he, like, comes around a corner, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Comes out, yeah, this huge, like, leopard print, and he's wearing just, like, black, basic, but snatched black, like, underneath. And then he's got, like, black pants, and then he's got a black, like, tank top or whatever, and then, like, shows off the shoulders. You're like...
I know, he was flashing a lot of shoulder. The one thing I noticed lately, like, I don't... there's always that joke for BTS where Jimin's always, like, popping his shoulder out. And I was like, Bangtan does that a lot, too. He throws the jacket off his shoulder... like, just kind of stands with his jacket hanging off his shoulders a lot. I'm like, he kind of does that too.
He knows what's up. He knows what we're all looking for. But yeah, this I like the song because, like, who wouldn't want Bang Chan singing to you about that you're my Roman Empire? Hello, yeah.
I know, all the
that.
memes or whatever were like, okay, now what's this one about? Tell us what this song's about.
What is it actually about? You're like, oh, well, it's kind of cute, actually. Not as nuts. Then, on November 7th, we had a DJ Snake Stray Kids crossover in the dark. I listened to DJ Snake before. I was excited when I saw this because he does, like, songs he's done in the past were, like, Let Me Love You by Justin Bieber, Lean On with Major Lazer, and No.
Okay.
Like,
I
yeah,
recognize
like,
the name, but I was like, I don't know who this is, but I know who
and
that is.
Turned Down for What? Ever heard of it?
With Lil Jon?
Yeah. So again, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting,
Yeah.
oh, cool, it's gonna be like this banger song. It was fine. Like, it was very, but again, it was very mellow. Again, it was with November and just chill, relax.
Yeah, they just,
vibe,
like,
I
brought
guess.
it way down. Like, yeah, like, I did know his name, but I didn't look him up, so I was like, I'm sure I've heard of him before. But just based on his name alone, DJ, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a banger. It's also Stray Kids. They do a lot of, like, high energy stuff, so I was like, this is gonna be crazy. And then when I listened to it, I was like, am I listening to the right song? Because
Actually,
like, I'm sure if I listen to it again, I'll say it's fine. But in my gut reaction moment, I was like, I hate it. Like, I was like, I'll never listen to the song again.
Oh my Lord.
But I think it's just because I was, like, so, like, I had an idea in my head, and it was so far from the idea that I was like, never again.
Well, I did go back because I had a similar thing where I was listening to it and I wasn't really vibing because I was expecting a different vibe. But then I went back to, like, analyze it, and there's a part where Felix is singing, and I couldn't even recognize him. And a lot of the rappers were also singing, so, like, Yeonjun, Changbin, and Han. We know Han can sing, so that was cool to see, like, the more, like, softer side of their voices. So when I re-listened to it like that, I was like, okay, I have an appreciation for that side of it. Just hear the boys in a different manner, but yeah. And also just FYI to everyone listening, this is also a song DJ Snake released an album called Nomad, and this was one of the songs.
Yeah, right. It was like on his actual album.
Yeah, so
I mean, whatever. It's fine, okay? There's the crossover is nice because like obviously DJ Snake is not a K-pop artist, so like, you know, we're going international, which is great, but could have been better.
yes, but that's a good point. Even for like mixing it with international, it's not really the best representation internationally to me of Stray Kids. Like, if I listen to that, not knowing Stray Kids, I wouldn't be like, oh, let's go listen to their banger music, in the sense of the style of it. But vocals were vocaling though. Okay, fine. And then on November 11th, Hoshi, Military Hoshi, released the single Fallen Superstar.
I think it's really cute that he put so much thought into creating content that would come out after he left, because he's also done a lot of like a lot of like just like random videos come out where he's like, oh, I'm probably in service right now, but like just wanted to say hi or whatever. Like he really put like a lot of effort into like having stuff for people to watch. That being said, boring. Sorry, this song was so boring.
Girl, this is an earworm for me now. I can't stop listening to it.
Okay. Oh, wait, I only listened to it once, and I was like, I think by this point, I was like, this whole month sucks. So I was like, whatever, I hate it. It's boring.
I know. We had a similar vibes where I went in one day, I was listening, and I couldn't, like, get into it. But then I went back. And it also has a music video. He looks great. But I think it's kind of almost like a nostalgic song for me, because it feels very, like, almost like emo, like, type of song where he's like, oh, like I can't find anybody in my life, like, oh. Anyway, it was, I enjoyed it. And the video was, like, pretty simple, but he looks good, and there's a woman in the music video, too, and she plays guitar, and, like, he falls into the guitar.
Okay.
I know, it's, but then, anyway, take a look. Anyway,
okay.
It's.
I'll go back. It's also, I don't think we said specifically, but it's an English single as well, which is, kind of fun.
But yeah, it's a bop. It's a bop. It's a different vibe though. I think that's, again, it threw me off. I wasn't expecting it at all. It's very auto-tune heavy too, I feel like, for Hoshi's voice, and I threw me off at first, but then take it out of your brain, take it that it's Hoshi, and you go, oh, sick. It's a nostalgic throwback for me. So
okay. I don't know, I'll listen to it again.
That's fine. We don't need to be the same. It's what keeps it going.
I said I'll listen again.
All right, good.
I didn't listen to that song. Just so you know.
Okay. Also on November 11th, the Boyz had a special unit come out. They still haven't named it, as far as I know. Just called a special unit. It's Samu, Juyeon, Hanjae. Anyway, it's called Tiger. At the time when I listened to it, it was like, again, the thing with the Boyz is normally they could release like one or two really good bangers, but then the rest of an album doesn't really land for me. So yeah, as a first like single off a special unit, sure. But again, I always have a thing with special units where I'm like, I don't really understand the point of separating groups, because it sounds like a Boyz song. It doesn't sound any harder, different. So whatever. So yeah, I guess take a look, everybody out there. The Boyz have a new special unit, and it's called Tiger, and it's just like a regular style banger song. There's no music video either, but there's quite a few like live performances. Again, like you mentioned, there's a lot of showcases and award ceremonies right now, so a lot of performance out there for a lot of bands. But anyway, the Boyz special unit.
Sure.
Now Sure, take a look. November 21st, Sans from Ateez, his Creep solo song, had a music video released, which I think you called on the last episode too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it
Someone
was in
had
the episode.
mentioned it before, and I was like, oh, I guess that's coming next. I don't know what they based it off of, but I was like, all right, it ended up being right, I guess.
You were right. Although I think because you mentioned something along the lines of, oh, there's a dance spoiler or like a dance teaser. It must be for Sans music video. He's not even in this music video.
I know.
I mean,
I was like, okay.
he is like. So what I gather, I didn't do research, but I could see that it looks like they did film some real footage and then put like an overlay.
Yeah, it like basically all looks kind of animated, but I agree. It kind of looked like he filmed it and then they just like put the animation over whatever you call that when you wear the suit in film.
Yeah, there's like a
Motion
CGC
capture.
Motion capture, yeah. I don't.
Not that intense, but that's like kind
yeah.
of what it was reminding me of.
Yeah. But I was like, I don't know what noise I made, but what I'm trying to get to in my brain is, yeah, it was a really cool music video. It was very unique and it looked really pretty. They have there's like a panther as well, again animated. But what I was trying to get to is that the song was so much better this time around for me too, because also San was singing in his like lower register of his voice, which unexpected. So it was cool to go back to this song because I don't think it really stood out to me the first time we listened forever ago too. So
yeah, when we listened to the album, I remember thinking like it was like decent, but like that album as a whole was kind of like, you know, meh or whatever. So, but yeah, listening to it again now, I was like, yeah, it is pretty decent still.
that's cool. Yeah, it was different for him. I think that's what stood out to me this time around was it was a different style of song for him.
I was expecting like live action because like the people, like the Sand girls are like crazy. So I was expecting him to be like shirtless. Like I was expecting raw sexuality out of this video. But I like that it was like something totally different, like kind of unexpected in that way too. Whereas like we weren't just getting like a thirst trap video. We were getting like a cool, well thought out, like fun video. So I thought that was nice too. But like I'm sure that fangirls were like, boo.
I'm like, you get enough shirtless Sam, period, girlies. Like, you're fine. I think I sent you a reel not too long ago where, like, the camera is on the floor and he's, like, doing a dance challenge. And I'm like, I see everything. Like, I don't need... Yeah, so he gives the girlies a lot. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. But yeah, I agree. It was cool. It was nice to see, like, a different style of music video come out. Yeah. Especially during November where we're kind of in it, in the feels. Okay, but that pretty much wraps up the singles portion. Now we'll get into the actual albums portion of November. This is where we're gonna see a real fight between QJ and I. This is where we are going to be the most different. November 5th. XLOV released their mini album, Unlove.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to say?
Yeah, there's lore behind it.
UXLXVE.
Yeah, there's lore behind the way they spell their everything, okay? Yeah, so this is their first mini album. They've released a couple of single albums before this, but it has 7 songs. Scent, Riz, Dirty Baby, B, Kiss and Say Goodbye, Drip Drip. So I did some research to come back with facts because I know you have your opinions on this, which is fine. You're allowed to have your opinion.
Yeah, but, I am.
So the album covers identity, fluidity, and subverting norms. They're known for their genderless concept. XLOV uses Unloved to reinforce their stance that music and identity aren't bound by fixed labels or stereotypes, okay? The album's genre hopping and expressive variety reflects that ethos, alright? Okay. It's also got themes of emotional honesty and expression. The album concept revolves around not suppressing negativity. The X's, the double negatives, is what the X's represent. Instead of allowing real thoughts and feelings to exist, even if painful or contradictory. Though the double negative positive wordplay, XLOV, encourages acceptance and transformation of inner emotions. Okay. All right. Why don't you just start? Because I know.
So it didn't actually click to me that they just debuted this year. I didn't realize. I thought they were maybe like 2 or 3 years old already, but they basically literally debuted in January. So I listened to all their whole discography, not just this. I listened to the old stuff too, and like, it's okay. The music's not for me, but the concept and that whole thing I like am fully behind, and like I want to fully support, because I feel like, representation matters, and this is like the only thing I've ever seen in this whole space that even looks remotely like this. So I'm like 120% behind concept and style, visual, whatever. I'm all behind that, but it's like the music itself I just didn't really like. I found a lot of their songs rely on like repetitive like lyrics and stuff, which like is not terrible, but like after a little while I was like, okay. And it felt very like almost like clubby to me, which is like not usually something that I listen to. I did like their debut song was called I'm a Bee, which was pretty good. And then there was a song off the second EP called One and Only that I thought was pretty nice. But from this specific comeback, I didn't really like any of the songs. I didn't save any of them. And like, the other thing that I don't like love is the like the over the top visuals. Like the way I get their concept, and I do think that like, again, representation matters. They should dress like that, and like that should be their concept, but I personally just don't really like it that much. I don't like the nails and the hair and the like club outfit kind of things. Like, it's just like too much for me, and like the more reels I see of them, the more I'm like, okay, I see you. I would like a little variety in concept. So I'm curious maybe to see what the next thing is. Is it gonna stay in this thing, or are they gonna do like a total flip, which would be interesting to me. It's too early stages, I think, for me.
No, I see. I can totally. I get where you're coming from, and it is a different. That's why I am obsessed, because of what you said. Like, I feel like it's really important what they're doing in the space, which it's, and like you said, I've never seen anyone even try to do anything like even like you said, like in the visuals, like even the girl groups, I don't see them doing like this over the top styling. Like it's like feels like a drag aesthetic, which is again why I'm like obsessed. I'm like, I love that. But I did look up some like of their stylings of their songs, and that repetitive nature is a part of what it's called like hyperpop. So hyperpop is characterized by an exaggerated, ironic, or maximalist take on 21st century pop music. So it's kind of is the point, I guess, in their music styling, to have this hyperpop. So with that in mind, it's like, okay, well, it is like something that is a genre, I guess, out there. I guess another example is Charlie XCX. She was hyperpop. So, but yeah, it seems like you like their more like R&B mellow style songs.
I think so, yeah, because those first two EPs definitely sounded different to this one, so that's why I was like, I kind of need like the third one to see like what's the whole vibe.
Yeah, because pre-debut they were more they had a lot.
Oh my
more,
god,
like,
I saw a picture of them like pre-debut or like before debut. I don't even know when it was, but they were like wearing like soccer jerseys. Like they had like short boy hair, and I was like, who is that?
Yeah. So they do both worlds. They do dip into both sides. So yeah, maybe their next comeback will be more like mask presented. Who knows? So that's exciting. You never know. So yeah, there are 7 songs sent. It's more of a R&B opener, sensual and atmospheric. Again, it goes back to what we're saying. They have like 2 sides, I find, on their songs, like this sensual R&B style and the super hyper pop, like super beat, repetitive. But I am also obsessed with their choreography. I know you meant, but it's so easy to do. Riz, which is one of these songs you were talking about. So it says it's an 808 heavy hip hop track when I did my research, and I found, just quick side note, found it interesting. So 808, the Roland TR 808 rhythm composer is commonly known as the 808, was a drum machine manufactured by Roland Corporation between 1980 and 83. It's one of the first drum machines to allow users to program rhythms instead of using preset patterns. Just complete side note. I guess there's a whole subcategory of music called the 808 hip hop. Fascinating. Found that interesting. So, I guess this song is a part of that, according to my research. It sets the tone, bold, confident, and sonically rooted in trap-influenced beats, which is not QJ style. Don't say.
I think it's trap. I definitely don't like trap music. I know that.
Clear. Their next song was, and also Riz had a music video too. It's pretty cool. I will say they got some lore already in there too. It was more of a it was kind of had like more of a macabre vibe actually in the music video. So the other thing that I'm obsessed with this group too is their choreography. The one member Rui, he's like a contortionist. He can like flip like up and down. Anyway. So Riz, and then Dirty Baby, a sexy, dreamy groove within trap R&B realm, expressive of freedom and emotional complexity, leaning to the more experimental side of the album. The next song is my favorite song, and I can't stop listening to it, which is B. This is the most hyper pop song of the album. Showcase their willingness to play with texture, moods, and vivid production. Vivid production is right. I am obsessed with this song, and I think it was the one you hated the most, or not.
Well, it was like when I was listening to the album, like that's like halfway through or whatever, and that's when I started to think like, okay, like they kind of do this like repetitive thing a lot, and I don't really like that. So that was like the moment when I kind of figured that I didn't really like it. So it, I guess, kind of makes it like the one that I don't like the most. But I also can I've seen a lot of reels for this one and for Riz. I don't think I would ever come around on Riz, but I think I could come around on this song. Because there was like 1 or 2 times where I was like watching a reel kind of like, okay, that's fine. I'd have to be in the mood though, because like the repetitive thing really does like get on my nerves a little.
Grinds your gears?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for me, I will put this song on and I will be immediately like absolutely happy. And I'm not in the, like, I'm not on the queer spectrum, but when I listen to this, I feel like I just want to kind of like express and be myself. So like, which is like, I feel like the vibe that they're trying to do. So I don't know. It's good vibe. It makes my soul.
I know.
Feel
I'm 100% behind it.
No, I know.
Just don't make me listen to it.
The next song is "Kiss and Say Goodbye." It was more of an emotional ballad, which this one actually really got to me too. I was like actually sad listening to it. Because it basically talks about like I'm never gonna be the one for you, so like let's just kiss and say our last goodbye. Damn. I'm just saying, damn. Hit me. And the last song on the album is Drip Drip. Combines energetic rhythm, UK garage style drums with calmer instrumentals like acoustic guitar. Feels like both a release and a reflection, fitting for a closing of the mini album.
Wow.
So, yeah, so that was my research on the album, but I'm excited. I'm so down. I every time for me too. For me, they're mesmerizing. I look at them and I'll just like stare at their videos forever. I find them mesmerizing. So, but yeah, this was the most different I feel like we've had an opinion on. But also, you're like ghost like queens at the same time, so you're like whatever.
Yeah, I'm like whenever they have another one, I'll still listen to it because I'm like curious to see. I'm more just kind of, I guess, curious to see the growth of a group that's like this. Like, can they sustain this concept, and like how well is it? It seems honestly relatively well received because like all the reels, like they're with a lot of people. Like it doesn't seem hard for them to get like other idols to join their dance challenge type videos.
Yeah. Well, and interestingly too, recently, like I think within the last week, an idol came out as non-binary, transmasculine, non-binary.
Yeah, Corona or something like that. They got top surgery done. Like they're fully.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I read. I read that this idol got like top surgery and now they're like non.
That's great.
I don't know what group or like where they're from. I've never heard the name before, but yeah, I saw that too.
So yeah, so I'm hoping that means it's becoming more acceptable out there to just be who you are.
Live your life. Be you.
Live your life. But we'll leave that pin in there. XLOV.
Check it out.
Check them out. Check them out for real though. For real. Listen to XLOV. At least try them out, okay? But next, November 7th, Yeonjun, thank you, from TXT, released his first like full mini album called No Labels Part 1.
I literally made not a single note for this. I honestly like did not like it at all. Like the sound of it was nice because it was kind of like, honestly, kind of sounded like bit pop punky, like early to mid 2000s, which is like something I should like. But like every song, I was like, I don't like it. I just did not like it whatsoever. And I think that the other issue I had with it is that he went way, way too hard on the shirtless thing. That like before the album even came out, I was like, I've seen enough of this guy. Yeah, like, I've seen more than enough.
Yeah. So I have similar notes where I wrote about I really did like the unique tone of his album because it's quite different from what's out there, and it's refreshing to hear music like that, especially when we were listening this month. Everything was feeling the same and like kind of so XLOV and this album, okay, cool, we're doing something different. But yeah, I don't know if I'll go back to it necessarily. Like I have a couple of the songs like on my list, but so again, I did some research and I was curious. Apparently, the album's concept is rooted more in the idea of being unfiltered. It's meant to represent Yeonjun, not just Yeonjun of TXT, but Yeonjun as an individual artist, free from external labels, no labels, or expectations.
Sure.
Sure. So you're just gonna go shirtless? That's your no expectations? Okay. It's kind of actually what I expected of you, but
I mean,
yeah. The lyrical content tends to be more about personal expression. He was heavily involved, and he wrote lyrics for 5 of the 6 tracks and co-composed a couple of them. So, okay. In his own words, the album served as an unfiltered reflection. Okay. A way to present himself beyond what fans or industry might expect of him. Again, this is where I start to turn on the album, because I was like, I respect that, but I'm like, it. Like,
I mean, it doesn't sound like Gum at all, which was his single that came before. So like in that way, then yeah, like it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting more like that kind of stuff. So sure, it wasn't what I was expecting, but like, you know, it wasn't groundbreaking either.
No, No Labels Part 1 isn't just a solo album, it's a statement. It pushes back against the usual constraints placed on idol artists with genre expectations, group identity, polished visuals, and claims creative ownership. So again, I get it, but also I'm like, you're not...
It's not that serious. Not that... You can just, like, drop an album, do something new. Like, it's not that serious. You don't have to make a statement. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, again, and I agree. It was a different sound. I wasn't expecting it, so I'm glad he, like, felt like he had that opportunity to do something like that. But I was listening to some of the lyrics and looking at some of the music videos, because they kind of released, like, it was like a medley video where it was a couple of his songs within one, like, 8-minute music video, which was kind of cool, but he's still such a brat. He's such a brat in this music video, and there are some lyrics of just being, like, basically being like, you love me, you're gonna want me. Like, I was like, ew, get out of here, bro. And, like, that's your statement? That you're hot? Like, yeah, we know that. Which, again, would line up with, like, his... So, yeah, it felt like the statement you're making is that you think you're hot shit. Which, sure.
I mean, you are, but, like...
Yeah, so that's
again,
where I'm like...
That's not groundbreaking, for sure.
Exactly. So, this is where that fell off for me a bit. Okay. But there was one lyric in Talk to You where he says, why you mad? Man, why you press? You chewed up that gum, like, referencing gum, and then spat it back out in the new game. I was like, okay. But yeah.
I think it's nice. It's, like, obviously the first foray into solo stuff for TXT. I would imagine that it's, like, because they're a big hit as well, I would assume it's gonna go a similar pattern of BTS where they all have, like, solo stuff eventually. So, like, it's cool, I guess, to see the start of that, but, like, sorry, Yeonjun.
So we could quickly go through the songs. Talk to You is the first song. I liked it. I did like this song, but this is the one where he's being a brat. And it is a harder rock style. It's a bold, energetic rock song with strong guitar riffs and dynamic drums. It channels attraction and tension with Yeonjun's vocals riding the intensity. Okay, sure. Forever, more laid-back hip-hop electronic tinge track, smooth, atmospheric, and shows a more relaxed style. And then his next song he did with Daniela from Cat's Eye, another high band, so not shocking that they were able to get together. R&B, pop leaning, sultry and romantic. Daniela's vocals and Yeonjun's delivery create a nice interplay of softness and edge.
So true.
The next song was called Do It. High energy, confident, bold, carries more assertiveness, likely a performance-ready song to showcase his stage presence. Nothing About Me, more rebellious and defiant, themes of self-identity, rejecting expectations and labels. Last song is Coma, moody, atmospheric, slightly haunting. It seems to capture a sense of introspection, exhaustion, and renewal, fitting end to the emotional journey. I like that one too, so sure.
Good job, Yeonjun. Congratulations.
But moving on, because also on November 7th, Mark Tuan from Girl 7 released his second mini album, Silhouette. First of all, we definitely called it. He was from LA, so
okay. Nice.
We were discussing this album a bit off air, and I said it felt like a California vibe, and you mentioned that you thought he was from LA, and he was, so we were both right. This was the sleeper hit because I at first thought it was too mellow, whatever, but then I started listening again, and it really had a few earworms, and it had this very specific vibe that just, like, stuck with me. I saw one reviewer note it as nostalgia, and that hit it on the nose for me. It feels like a warm blanket. The best way I can describe it.
Yeah, I loved this album. Like, again, like, we're still... GOT7 is another group that we're still kind of, like, working through. And I do really want to do, like, one of our solo eps for GOT7. Even though, like, we don't know who's going to be number one, okay? We know. But, like, for the rest of them, I'd like to see, like, what everyone's style is. So this was the first, like, Mark thing that, I listened to. I didn't listen to his other album. And I was like, if it had a very, like, indie vibe, like, maybe kind of stuff that I would have listened to, like, in high school and college that was more on, like, the indie spectrum. So, like, nostalgia is, like, really good way to put it. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Like, I think when I first listened to it, I was like, oh, this is, like, a cool vibe. And then I didn't really think too much more about it. And then I added a bunch of songs, too. And, like, every time Sunsets and Cigarettes came on, I was like, this song is so good. I love that song.
Yes, yeah, that is the title track too off this album. I agree. High as You, I cannot stop listening to that song. It's so good. Yeah, very surprised about it too. Yeah, for my first exposure to Merc as well, we've just listened to Bam Bam last month, and then Jackson, of course. So I'm also very curious to see, because those are all three very individual sounds too. Bam Bam has this very Thai influenced music, which is quite unique in the space. Jackson, genius.
His unhinged vibe.
But very beautiful. I love it. We all know we love Jackson.
Yeah, they definitely all sounded very different. It's kind of, it was giving a little like the BTS solos where like everyone has like such a clear different like style of music. So I'm curious about everybody. But right now, Mark's a top contender.
Yes, he is. So High as You and Hold Still were two songs that were released previously before the album. So if you watch the music videos for those, he's blonde. He's in a blonde era. So, but overall, the mini album musically, it blends alternative pop, indie rock, and pop, which was exactly what you said. A shift toward more rock-inspired and performance-driven sound compared with his earlier solo work, which, sure, I don't know. We don't know.
I believe it.
I believe it, yeah. The EP aims for a raw, more personal storytelling. Mark calls it a visual diary of his most authentic self. Again, can we stop?
I mean, in this album, I can see that concept coming together.
Exactly. That didn't feel as ingenuine as a statement. The physical album packaging includes handwritten notes and lyric sketches, offering fans a more intimate look at his creative process. Okay. Cute. Lyrically and thematically, the album covers a range: sensual intimacy to nostalgia, connection, self-reflection. It's not a one mood album. There's a variety, both in sound and emotional tone. Okay. So it had 5 songs. High as You, again, previously released. A smoother, more mature track. According to a review, perfectly showcased Mark's vocals.
Okay. Great.
Thank you so much, Mr. Reviewer. With a mellow vibe and very at home in a jazz bar vibe. Okay. Yeah, I love this song. The song played on replay. Like, oh, I get you high. All right. This one, as I mentioned, this one does have a music video. It's a very simple music video, but it's all of his music videos from this album have this like a filter, kind of like a soft filter over it, which again kind of gives the nostalgic vibe through the whole album. The next song was Sunsets and Cigarettes, which is the title track. Alt rock energy, bittersweet emotion. The song underlines the main concept of the album: memory, longing, and the echo of a past love. The music video for this, it was also pretty cool. It has the dreamy, soft overlay. There's a part of it when it's like him driving and like three of his friends are driving in this truck, and then they like park the truck and then they're just all dancing in a field. Okay. That's pretty funny. Well, sure. Just the bros are going to dance in a field.
You guys want to go to the beach and dance?
Let's go, pretty much. There's it's very yeah, you should check them out because they're very like have his own specific style. There's a cool part too where he's like sitting at the bottom of a couch and there's an overlay on the couch of like his lyrics. It's cool. And there's symbolism, of course. He's trying to get rid of this memory of his past love, and he's trying to burn the journal he wrote, but the journal doesn't burn, so he can't let it go. Whoa. So yeah, he's got an image in mind. The next song was Hold Still, which was also released before. This track leans more towards performance-ready sound, bass-heavy, rhythm-driven, an opportunity for Mark to tap back into his stage dance room. Okay. Something said he wanted to revisit after touring. Okay. Sure. As mentioned, this has a music video, and it gave me the vibes of what we talked about early BTS, and we mentioned that You're Not the Hard Boy. He, in the concept of this music video, seems to be like he's being arrested for something, so he's in this interview room, and he's just like, you know, trying to be like, look like the hard boy. You're not. You're like literally a model being like, Pretty Little Picture was the next song, a softer, more sentimental song described as a serenade to his fans. Than last song. Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Autopilot was the last song. Laid back, reflective. It's a sense of finality for now, and hints at what might come next on his musical journey. Loved it. Loved the whole album. I was very surprised by it. At first, I think I had a similar vibe as you at first, where I thought, it's kind of mellow. It's not bad. It has its own vibe, but then I couldn't stop listening to it. So
I know. So good.
There's something there.
Great job, Mark.
We love you, Mark Twain. Mark Twain.
We love you, Mark Twain.
Okay. Next on November 12th, we had our queen, Jessi, release PMS. This was my first listen of Jessi, and I was kind of disappointed. And you were like, no, please, don't. Go back and listen, I swear. And I did like her last one. Her last EP was much better than this one, in my opinion, so...
I agree. I was like really excited for this because I think her last EP was quite a few years ago.
5 years ago.
I listened to 5 years ago. I listened to her stuff when we were doing something. Oh, when we did our like brief girl group episode, I listened to whatever she had out already, and I was like, wow, she's like so good. Like I like that like edgy like girl rapper hip hop thing that she was doing, but then like this was just like the same, but like times 10. Like it was so hard hip hop girl that I was like, this I can't like relate to this at all.
And it felt like I don't know how to describe it in the sense it was kind of obnoxious.
Like I liked her last album. She had hard and soft. Like she had some like nice slower songs that I really liked. This was just like all like back to front like I'm a bad bitch. I was like,
yeah.
We know. You are.
It felt vapid, and it felt it felt like a very 2010 vibe too, which was fine, but sounded like, to me, it sounded like old Black Eyed Peas music, basically. It's the way I categorize it in my brain, but
she dropped Newsflash a few months ago, and like that's why I was starting to get excited, because I really actually do like the song Newsflash, and like when it came out I was like, oh cool, like she's gonna release some new music, and like the song's pretty catchy and fun. But then even though that song is on the album, I like the rest of it. I was like, oh, okay. Like it just like did it. It just like wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't what I wanted, and I was sad because like I was like I didn't really like that, and you were like, it's not very good, and I was like, I know. Like, I wanted you to like it. I wanted her to drop something that was good.
I did go back and I did like her last EP. So I pretty much saved almost every song off her last EP. So
yeah, I saved like a whole bunch of them too.
But PMS, by the way, standing for Pretty Mood Swings. Just FYI.
That's not what it stands for.
That's what her album stands for.
Yeah.
But Jessi did participate in writing and composing all tracks. And offered more personal, authentic for the EP. It said it was like a reintroduction of Jessi, an artist unafraid to show strength, softness, conflict, and change. Given how she's known for her outspoken personality and genre-crossing style, this EP could be a reset, a chance for her to redefine herself on her own terms with full artistic control. So, yeah. But there's 5 songs. I only really liked one. I liked "Marry Me" a lot. It was the softer song on that album. But we can go through them. So, "Girls Like Me" was the first song, an energetic anthem of confidence and independence. Feels like a statement piece. This is me. Take it or leave it. Brand New Boots. Slightly quirky, genre bending, a departure of tone that adds variety to the EP. Again, I don't know. They all sounded the same to me, except for "Marry Me."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like a lot of them kind of just sounded the same to me. So I don't know. Sure.
Hell was moody, powerful, and emotionally weighty, which I don't. Perhaps the stormy mood swing in the EP's emotional arc. Okay. Yeah, and then "Marry Me," tender, soulful, emotional, one of the warmer, more intimate moments of the EP. Yeah, I really did love that song. Then "Newsflash," which was pre-release single earlier. Energetic, edgy, rooted in hip-hop tradition, kind of a bridge between Jessi's style and her new musical directions.
I guess that's why maybe I like that one, because it did sound a little bit closer to the other one. I mean, I guess it has been like 5 years or whatever, so the reintroduction, sure, but like, I will also say I do kind of think in a different way as XLOV, but I do think that her like vibe is necessary for the space. Like, she is pretty outspoken, and like the fact that she's like had work done, and she doesn't hide that she's had work done, and like she's very like candid in interviews and stuff. So in the same way, it's like it's necessary, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I like the songs.
yeah, like I agree. Like, she's, for us in North America, she's one of a dozen, right? So
yeah, like it's standard to be like a bad bitch.
yeah, but you're right, in that space over there, to be that like over the top, like maybe sexual, or like you mentioned, like the way she dresses. Again, for us, I don't even blink an eye, right, when I look at her, because it looks like a lot of people. But in that space, I can see where she's quite quote unquote controversial, and they need more representation like that of, like, yeah, you can just be you as the woman you want to be out there. Okay, last but not least, Stray Kids again.
It's a big surprise.
Big surprise. On November 21st, they released their mini album, a Do It tape. I guess it was one of their
like a mixtape type thing, I guess.
It's described as a snapshot of confidence and drive. I feel like that's how they always, like, whenever I do research, that's how they always describe their music, or like every album. Like Karma was confidence and drive. Okay. It's call to act boldly now, capture the group's "this is it" energy. Okay. I mean, we'll get into it, but there's definitely cry for help on this album.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's a snapshot of a cry for help, but hey.
But yeah, the Do It title track, great. Like,
Great song.
the absolute banger, of course. And the choreography is insane.
Great. Perfect. 10 out of 10.
For choreography, they look stunning. What else do we need? Okay. It's described as apparently described as a more restrained compared to their previous anthem releases. I guess I could see what that means. Like,
I guess.
if you think of their other anthems, like God's Menu or Thunderous or whatever, it's like those are like hard hitting. This one felt more, kind of a more Latin groove style. Sure. It's confident, sensual, and rhythm driven. A bold out anthem about seizing the moment. Okay. But yeah, I pretty much sure I fainted when I first saw that.
It did have like a cool Latin vibe that I really liked. And like, the music video was good. There was a lot of like hat choices in the video that I didn't love. Like I feel like we usually really love a cowboy look, but I just don't think that look suited Han. It's just like goofy to me. But by far the worst thing I've ever seen is whatever hat thing Felix was wearing in that video. It was like absolutely terrible. I was like, I don't know what that is supposed to be, but I absolutely hate it. Like, why are you covering his beautiful blonde hair with this weird leather like scrap?
It looked like a super super old school football helmet, like from like the 30s.
Yeah, like leatherheads or whatever they're called. Ugh,
yeah, that's what
horrible.
It looked like.
I hated it. I was like, stop, get this off my screen.
They always put Felix in the weirdest hats, so.
But Yeonjun, lip chain,
girl,
crazy,
girl,
absolutely crazy.
I like it's like. It's never like even worth saying out loud for me. It feels like anymore that Hyunjin's always gonna be insane and Bang Chen's always gonna drive me nuts. So like I don't like nuts in the sense that like anything he does, I'll just be like, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. But everyone else looked great too. But yeah, the hats were. The hands thing didn't bump me that much. I think I was also dressed up as a cowboy too. Ian's insane. Like, honestly.
Yeah. But lately, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's doing. He just has such like a model eyes. Like anytime he's like looking at anybody, I'm like, whoa, put those things away.
Close those eyeballs. Like, can't.
It's that like fox like eyes. I'm like, Jesus.
I don't know. But yeah, I loved it. We'll always listen to it. And then I'll just skip to the last song. They also have a festival version, which they always seem to like to do with their main songs these days. Which I think no, never mind. I was gonna say I think they performed that live, but that was ceremony. See, I even forgot the ceremony.
We're already done
version.
with this. Don't look for Do It anymore. It's done. It's over.
So their next song though, so it was Do It and then Divine, which was apparently also another title track. So they had two title tracks.
I think there's a video for that too, but I didn't watch it.
I know I missed it too. Apparently, it's insane. Of course, everyone's freaking out online. It's more of a stylish, nostalgic hip hop meets pop style, a confident but relaxed swagger mixing ambition and charm. I will say it was fine, but Seungmin in the beginning of the song, insane vocals. Insane. He smashed it. Like the magnites of this group, Seungmin and Ian, we've only been a part of this stardom or whatever for a year, and seeing their growth, like creatively, even has just been kind of like really cool to watch because he killed it in the beginning of the song.
Yeah. Great job, Seungmin.
No more
10 out of 10.
Oh, good. So the next song was Holiday. At first, because when it was released, I thought this was good. I thought this was like a Christmas song at first. I thought, oh, it's cute. Like, go home, like, spend time with your family. So I really liked the song at first. But I wasn't cluing into the lyrics as much. And then we were talking, and you were, this is not, like, you're like,
I know, like,
something's
almost, like,
wrong.
right away when I was listening to it, I was like, this is really sad. Because, like, basically the whole song is them being like, let me have a break. Like,
I know.
I was like, what? This is, like, this is a cry for help. Let them have a break. And then that's when I started thinking, like, man, they really like blasting out albums, and they're not even, like, touring with this album. So I'm like, what's the point of it? If you need a
Yeah.
break that badly, then, like, don't do it. Don't make music. Take a break.
Yeah, and we were both kind of picking up to recent like reels and clips of Bang Chan have been like kind of sad again, and like he had a
I mean, literally that one recently where he's like, when am I
Yeah.
gonna get married? Like,
yeah.
bro.
That's what I was gonna
What are you
mention.
talking
That
about?
one. I thought I'd be married already. God,
He was like, I thought I would get married
stop.
young at like 25 or 26. And then he was like, when's it gonna be my turn? I was like, bro, come on. What are you talking about?
Yo,
Take a break.
I
Literally,
know.
take a break.
It's not helpful to just be stuck there. That's why you know, I feel for him the most because if I was in Idol's situation, I feel like I would be like him, where I would have like, you know, really great moments, and I'm feeling great, but then I'd be like, oh, like what's the point of doing any of
I
this
feel
when
like just the nature of like how fans in this space seem to be, I feel like I would get a lot of moments where I'm like, does anyone even like me? Like, do you even like me?
totally, and it seems crazy to us when we see these idols go, oh, like, oh, I hate myself too, or whatever, but every time you go live, or every time, there's always at least one person ruining it for everybody. Like Namjoon went live, I think yesterday, and there's a bunch of fucking people in there being bullshit with him, doing whatever. I'm so flustered I can't even speak properly. But like, it's really frustrating for me as a fan to see like people demand so much from these people, because I don't know if I remember seeing this as much when we were kids, but also when we were kids we didn't have social media the way we do now. So I don't know, maybe this is just like what it's like for any artist really nowadays, but it just seems like ridiculous for anyone in the K-pop sphere, and they release so much music so fast, and usually pretty good music too. So fuck off, anyone. Fuck off. Don't ask anything else of them. They've basically given up their entire life for us.
Yeah, I think that it's like really like exacerbated by the whole parasocial aspect of this like whole industry, and like which I think might differ from like bands that we grew up with. Doesn't quite have that same like no boundaries type thing. So like people feel so entitled to like every aspect of it that like in terms of that Namjoon live, I guess people were like really harping on how they didn't do anything this year, and he's like, we wanted to, but like we decided not to. We have our own shit, like we have our own reasons. And he's like, I can't really explain it, but like we thought about it, we talked about it, we decided not to. Like, fuck off. He's like, we're coming back next year. What do you want from us?
Exactly.
We are coming back. Like, chill out.
And the absolute privilege take too, in my mind, of being, they were in the military for 2 years or year and a half. That's not something you just come back out of like that. Like,
Yeah.
even though we were talking about Are You Sure? Jimin and Jungkook that like recorded their documentary more style. Anyway, 4 days after they were discharged.
Yeah.
And you can
I
still
think that's
see
like
it.
why people end up getting so hung up on it, because like some idols do come, like even Kai came back and like dropped an album and a tour and everything, and like EXO in general is like, and technically their comebacks next year, but they are kind of like doing stuff right now. So like sometimes they do come back and they're like, sure, I'll just dive right back in, but like not everyone's like that. Some people have like complex emotions.
And like you mentioned though, they're all individuals, and Jin and J-Hope have been doing solo stuff, so they have commitments. RM was doing all this Samson art stuff. JK and Jimin did their thing. So
Yeah, one thing that I kind of saw about it was like a fan was like, it seems like they're wrapping up solo stuff this year. taking 2025 to wrap up their solo things. Then next year it'll be BTS. And I was like, yeah, like, it's not that we're not getting anything. We're just not getting full 7. But, like,
Yeah,
we're still getting everyone.
Yeah,
We are getting Yoongi, too. Okay?
A little bit. I mean, that is the biggest comeback. But we'll
anyway,
end on that.
Back to Bangchan, back to Stray Kids. Take a break. The point is take a break. And this comeback was kind of mid, to be honest.
And this is where because there was a lot of award shows, and Lino is hurt and Sungmin is hurt. Like, actually, like, pretty hurt. Like, they shouldn't be standing or walking that much. But they're still out on these stages doing stuff.
Yeah.
At least they sat Lino down for the performance recently on, I think it was the AAs or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's insane what they do. Like, let them relax. Their bodies are clearly breaking down, too. Okay, anyway. And the last one
wasn't my favorite Stray Kids album this year. Okay? The best one was Karma. They should have stopped there.
Yeah. Yeah. The photo book, and then the Do It festival version. Okay, so
check
off.
We loved it. Good job, but like, relax.
We don't need it. We don't need it that much.
We don't need anything until at least mid-year.
But yeah, so I think you talked about here the like mamas. That happened, right?
Yeah, that was
the thing. Yeah. So they finally win. Okay, so maybe they can relax now because they finally won like a major award day sang. So,
well, I'll just go through briefly for the Mama stuff. Like, so the Mama Awards are like a pretty big award show. It stands for the Mnet Asian Music Awards, and Mnet being like a music channel in South Korea. So basically, same as like the MTV or Much Music Awards kind of thing. It recognizes outstanding achievements, obviously. The most prestigious awards of the evening are the 4 that fall under the Grand Prize or Daesang categories, which is Fans' Choice of the Year, Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, which Stray Kids won one of those.
Hello.
I mean, I did do some research. It doesn't really matter, but like, it's like, it's not just K-pop. It's like all Asian music. That's why it's like, in some years it's been held in like Japan. This year is held in Hong Kong, Vietnam, South Korea, like all that kind of stuff. It just tends to lean more towards K-pop because that's just more popular, I guess.
Interesting.
Fun fact, Park Bo-gum hosts quite often. He hosted 2017, 2018, 2019, 2022 to 2025.
Good Lord.
He loves it, okay?
Yeah, he loves V. He loves these idols.
I guess that's how they became friends. I always kind of wondered, like, how did they know each other? But I guess it's just from award shows.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked up, like, all this stuff. I looked like how many, like, what are the records for Mama? Obviously, BTS has 21 Daesangs, but 52 Mamas overall.
Whoa.
And then under, like, the most Daesangs is, after that is EXO with 6.
I know, that spread is nuts.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, for this year, though, specifically, Fans' Choice Award, which was not a Daesang, it's just like a fan-voted award. Groups or artists like Stray Kids won, Jin won, J-Hope won, G-Dragon, 17, and EXO's Baekhyun won, among some other people, but just for people that we care about. Fan-voted female, LE SSERAFIM and Twice won, among some other people. Best new artist was Cordis and Hearts to Heart. And I just thought, I mean, obviously, I kind of feel like we knew Cordis was going to win, but it's worth noting that BTS also won in their first year, and TXT won in their first year. So they're on track.
Sounds a little rigged. Big Hit always wins?
Wow.
No.
Shut the fuck up. And then Song of the Year, which is a Daesang, was APT by Rosé and Bruno Mars, which...
That's wild that song came out this year.
I know, I didn't think it came out this year either, but if it did, then that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It must have come out, like, at the very beginning of the year, because I feel like that's the only song I've been hearing that song for, like, 100 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Fans' Choice of the Year, which is another Daesang, was won by ENHYPEN this year. And they broke the 7-year streak of BTS winning that award. From 2018 to 2023, BTS as a group won, and last year Jimin won. And I read he was the only solo artist to win this award, but then when I looked it up, it's only been around since BTS won. It's only been around since 2018. So yeah, BTS won all those years, and then yeah, I guess he's technically the first solo because he's the only other guy that's won.
Well, that's interesting though. So literally the first time BTS or BTS adjacent has won ever this award was this year.
Yeah.
Or not won. Like in Hype.
Yeah, like somebody else won. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Which
Interesting.
is like, I mean, makes sense, right? Because
I mean, they haven't
weren't really
been
active
released
this
since.
year. So.
Yeah.
And then yeah, there were some performances by Super Junior and Hypin and Yeonjun on day one. That was day one. Then day two, best dance performance from a male solo was Too Bad by G-Dragon, featuring
By
Anderson
the Dragon.
Paak. Which, I mean, I know this song. I looked at the music video, and like this one is one where I could kind of understand some controversy, even though there was none. I didn't see any comments on it, but I'm like, in the music video, like there's like not really any dancing.
Yeah.
Like it's more just like silly, like loose dancing. It's not like a routine. So I was like, what? I don't really fully understand why this one won, but like, hey, whatever. G-Dragon, cool. Whatever Visa Super Stage artist was TXT. Best male artist of the year was G-Dragon. Music Visionary of the Year was Kpop Demon Hunters. Best OST was Golden from Kpop Demon Hunters. Female group was aespa. Best male group was 17. Female artist, Rose. Best dance performance, female solo was like Jenny by Jenny. And then male group was Thunder by 17. Great. Best band performance, Maybe Tomorrow by Day 6.
Hell yeah.
Best collab, APT, Rose,
Yeah.
Mars. This is where the drama comes in. Apparently, quote unquote drama. But album of the year was Karma by Stray Kids. This is their first Mama Daesang. They've technically won Daesangs at their award shows, but Mama specifically. And then again, BTS won this from 2018 to 2023, and then 17 won it 2023, 2024. So. And I also just thought it was interesting. EXO won it 5 years in a row. Also, apparently, like it's just like whatever, fine, great. But yeah, like there was. Whatever, all this stupid drama about like did they deserve it and all that. It's
Girl,
like, they literally did. Like, so I looked up also. Album of the year is calculated by 60% of it is calculated by record sales and 40% is by a judge,
well,
a
then
panel
there you
of judges.
go.
So like more than half of this award is calculated by how much you're selling that. Yeah, and Karma just came out like in August.
Yeah.
Which means it must have sold so much that even the judge panel was like, yeah, of course. I don't know what the judge panel thing is based off of, and obviously that's where, like, the rigging conversation comes into play, but I would have to assume that they're looking at, like, worldwide recognition, or, like, what else are these people doing, or, like, that kind of stuff.
How many K-pop artists do you know that toured in North America, Central America, Europe?
Yeah.
That
like
was huge.
they have like high like in some of our other episodes we've seen that they have like some of the highest record sales like among 17 and BTS. So like obviously.
So what are we talking about?
It just makes sense.
But no, they didn't fucking deserve it. What are we talking about?
Yeah, and then the other one was Artist of the Year was the other Daesang, which was G-Dragon, which I called.
You did.
You did. And again, BTS won this award also for those 5 years. But Big Bang and G-Dragon have won this before as well. Between 2008 and 2025. Big Bang's won 4 times, and G-Dragon's also won already before. He performed as well, which is where like the major T was, because the audio didn't sound so good, I guess.
It was trash. No, not him specifically. It was just trash. Like, we noticed
Yeah,
it
so
also
the thing
on
I
Stray
read
Kids.
was, like, specifically, it was the high notes were cutting out. That's why it that was, like, what sounded the worst was when he did a high note. Like, the mics weren't, like, picking it up properly, which I did see when I watched it. But like people were saying like he didn't sound good and like he needs to stop smoking and stuff like that. But I was like, this is not what G-Dragon sounds like. Like, I mean, maybe it's not your style. He does have like a very distinct like vocal
It's got kind
styling.
of whiny vocal, like.
Yeah. But I'm like,
which is
if you're a longtime fan of K-pop, you know what he sounds like, and that's what he sounds like. Like he sounds like he sounds. Like, and to be fair to him, when I watched the Stray Kids performance as well, I also thought that the audio was shit. So like, it
That's
wasn't
what I
just
mean.
him.
There was a horrific mixing going on. I specifically remember Lino. I could barely hear Lino singing.
Mm-hmm.
The hell
Yeah, I actually didn't finish the Stray Kids one because I was like, it just did not sound good. I was like, I can't even like focus on this. So I didn't even watch it all.
After that performance, during that performance, Lino wrecks his complete leg too. So what are we doing, mamas? What kind of organization are you running over there?
Yeah.
Where you can't get your music right and you can't guide your artist through a tunnel or whatever.
But just for reference, Artist of the Year is also calculated by digital sales, downloads and streams, record sales, both 30% each, and then the panel of judges. So, like, he won for a reason. He's also on, like, a massive tour right now, and he dropped his album, also came out this year. So, like...
Exactly.
Like, it's based on facts. Like, I'm sorry.
It's facts.
Like, as much as I also wanted other people to win, it's based on facts. Because there was a lot of salty people about Jin specifically not winning, which I didn't look it up to like confirm this, but I think Jin is the only individual member who hasn't won a daesang. So that's why people specifically were upset about Jin not winning, because they wanted him, like the fan voting stuff especially, they wanted people to vote so that he could have one as well, which is like, okay, fine, but like the other people's fans voted
which
more.
Again,
like, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, which again, can we like talk about like how absolutely like toxic the fan bases are too? Not so much even like against like other groups, but within themselves. Like I saw so many posts about in BTS like army spaces being like, we suck, like we didn't do well enough, we didn't vote hard enough. I saw people shaming other people. Like I saw one person be like, I have 2 kids and I work a full-time job, but I still did my part. I'm like, who gives a shit? It's not that fucking big deal. It's like, let people just enjoy the way they want to enjoy. And I saw a similar thing for TXT. Like, well, we failed as MOAs. We couldn't get them any kind of award. Okay, well.
Yeah. I think that they're... Like, we weren't in this space when BTS was winning these awards, and I think that I feel like it was like a time, it was a moment in time where people were voting in like an insane way. Like, I saw things where people were like linking votes to other links. They'd be like, oh, click this link to like check out something else, and the people would click it and they'd be like, I think I just voted for BTS for something. So like there was like a weird like moment in time where like people had time on their hands, I guess, to do it. But I'm like, it's just like, it just doesn't seem like that's the atmosphere anymore. Like, people just don't consume content in that same way, and people want it to be the same way. And not even just for BTS, but like for their groups too, like for TXT and Stray Kids and all that stuff. They want everyone to have that same like kind of run. I'm like, it doesn't work like that. It's not how people work and operate anymore.
No.
Like, sorry. It's not gonna happen.
It's just not, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that was like, there was a lot of weird stuff. The other thing I will say is like, literally the day before the Mama Awards, there was like a huge fire in Hong Kong that like took a lot of people, like over 100 lives. Like, they were gonna like cancel it and stuff. They did like change a lot about, like they canceled their red carpet. And I guess like one thing I did read was that G-Dragon changed his whole set after. Like, the last song he wasn't supposed to do, but he literally at the last minute chose to do it because it was like a softer, like more calm song or whatever. So like I would also say, as like devil's advocate for the people who work at Mama, like I'm sure everyone was a little distracted. So like, you know,
that's true.
Maybe the audio engineers were a little distracted that day. Like, something crazy just happened too, right?
That's a really good point too. Like, they could have had family affected or whatever. True.
Yeah. And then there was supposed to be a K-pop Demon Hunters collaboration. Guy from Boy Next Door, Rise, TWS, and Zero Base One were gonna do. I actually don't know what song, but Saja. I don't know how you say that. I've not seen the movie.
Saja, yeah, Saja Boys.
But apparently that was canceled after, which I would guess is because it's Demon Hunter, demony. You know?
Yeah, there's like a whole song called Your Idol, which is the dance. It's them in demon form, so maybe. But yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it was canceled after that because like they kind of switched up the whole vibe of the show, I guess. So whatever. Okay, people who won. Sorry, not sorry. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Congratulations, Stray Kids, G-Dragon, and Hypen. Everyone.
And I guess every Blackpink at some point.
Yeah, like sure. I don't even like Blackpink, and congratulations. I'm happy for you.
One last biggest comeback though. We got a Yoongi crumb.
We got a Yugi crumb. Namjoon out here doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, and he posted a photo from a dance practice, it looks like. You can see in the photo JK, Jimin, RM, and I'm assuming backup dancers, but then the very far left, right, whatever, corner, we see a Yugi formation, and the internet exploded. And of course, the armies did what they do best, and they've enhanced and done everything to it, and it's him. And he looking like August-y era, long hair, let's go.
Long hair, man bun back. And I think I read somewhere that Army was saying that they were doing Idol, that whatever this picture is looks like Idol choreography. I was like,
I mean, we saw that, and Idol is one of the hardest choreographers.
Yeah. We got another picture too where they were like sitting on the ground or whatever. And he was sitting next to Taeyoung.
Oh yeah. But then there's also the pregnant woman post one too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
So
is
we got
perfect.
a couple, okay? We got a few.
Yeah.
He's still alive and he's practicing choreography. Okay?
He's out there.
He's working. Leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone, for real. But wowzers. That was November. We talked a lot about singles, albums, controversies. Leave our idols alone.
Leave our idols alone.
We talked about a lot of them, but some notable other comebacks. ITZY had a comeback. Tunnel Vision, NCT Dream, Beat It Up, okay, and Rise Fame. So yeah, some other comebacks, but yeah, it's awards season, baby, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I think it seems like
that
comebacks are slowly going down with the award season going up. Because even for December, I think we have like 2 so far.
Oh, well.
So like,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
that's fine.
End of the year.
Thanks for joining us.
That's all we got this month for comebacks, and we'll catch you on the flip. Bye.
Bye.